Hey modders, welcome back to ModifedRoll. We're sponsored by DM Dice. Use the code ModifedRoll or follow the link in the description to get 10% off all your adventuring needs. We're also sponsored by Arcanist Rum. Check them out and use code ModifedRoll to get 15% off all purchases and free shipping. Last time, Ghillianna, flying solo, ran into an old friend in one of the taverns in Belgravia. It just so happened that this friend was there with a party of their own. After very briefly catching up, they discussed the reason for Cyril being in Belgravia, and as chance would have it, they were heading out on a mission just that night, and invited Ghillianna along to help. We rejoin them now in episode 42 of season 2 of ModifedRoll. Are you committing crimes? Do you know when there's like a noise just on the edge of hearing and you don't know it's there until it stops? There's that sensation. There was something going on, then it stops for like a second. Then there's the sound of a chair scraping and footsteps as somebody moves towards the door. The door is opened inward, just a crack. And Ghillianna, Mercy, and Joachim, you guys can see, because obviously with Eleanor and Cyril, where you guys are standing, you can't see past the two doors, but the door opens inward, and you guys see what is very clearly like a rough sort of deckhand, who's obviously works the warehouse. He'll be like loading and unloading the ships. There in like heavy working clothes. You can see in one hand, sort of like tucked into the palm of his hand, is a set of playing, like a hand of playing cards. All right, what do you want?
Hi.
Hello.
We're just wondering if we could. We've heard great things about this place, and we were just wondering if we could have a look around. It looked interesting, and we thought, wow, let's just go and ask. Like, if you don't ask, you don't get.
There's like a look of like pure confusion on this person's face. Like, you've heard good things about this place.
Yeah.
And you see, looks over his shoulder, and you hear like some voices, but you can't quite make out what they're saying. And he turns and is like, from who?
People.
I mean, love, I don't know what you've been told, but this is a warehouse. We store things.
And we have a business in which we need to store things in a warehouse.
Well, I'm afraid nobody here can help you with that. We just unload the bloody boxes. You'll have to speak to the fucking fellow who runs the place, Marshwood.
Well, Marshwood said that we could have a look, because we are potential business clients of his.
Give me a deception check.
Deception?
Yep. I'm not going to roll. I'm just going to give him like an equivalent of a passive insight, which is not great.
23.
Fucking Christ. I couldn't have beat that even if I did roll. Mr. Marshwood sent you. At this time of night. I've definitely just changed the accent 3 times. Mr. Marshwood sent you. At this time of night. To look at this warehouse.
This exact one.
Fucking nobles. Sure, I guess. Come in.
She'll turn around to Jokin and be like, what is this guy?
Jokin shakes his head.
Yeah, he opens the door to several, quite obviously heavy armoured, fully weaponed adventurers, and it's just like, in confusion, just like gestures you all to come in.
I really wouldn't upset the nobles. You know how they get.
We just have need to store our wares somewhere. Come on, let us in.
Where will we put all our millions and trillions of jewels, if not a warehouse?
Like at this point, he's just like shaking his head. You've convinced him. He's not going to stop. He like steps aside to let you guys go. He's just like shaking his head. He's like, fucking nobles. Can't have one fucking evening to ourselves. And you guys step inside and you see like very much a storage warehouse full of like crates and boxes and barrels. You can quite clearly see a table where this fella has been playing cards with 2 other these like deckhand sort of dock worker attired people. There are 2 or 3 in the back sort of shuffling boxes around, sort of like reordering them and getting things ready to go out, or things that have come in are being organised. But otherwise, it appears just to be a warehouse.
I would like to stride with purpose to the nearest pile of stuff and start inspecting it as if I am very business-like, going, yes. But really, I'm just looking with detect magic.
Do you attempt to open any of the crates?
No, I'm just scanning
Okay,
with
cool.
detect magic to see if there's anything magical in them.
So how far in? If you're just moving to the nearest crate, how far into the room do you move?
Probably just to like here, so like a couple of squares in.
Cool. So you step in about 10 to 15 feet. Nothing in the immediate vicinity pings on your detect magic. Does anyone else step inside now that Mercy has rushed in to get detect magic going?
Yeah. I'll go in and I'll be like I'm looking around like it's a really good space. Like, ooh, what a lovely area.
What a lovely...
Stage a wedding here.
Look at these floors. What are these? Wood? Yeah, the guy who let you in, as you guys start to filter in, sort of shakes his head and steps back over to the table and sits down. And largely, like, he keeps, like, all of them are, like, very warily keeping you all in, like, you can tell they're all keeping you in their peripheral vision, but otherwise they're just like, so long as we can see you, what the fuck are you going to do? Like...
I will keep wandering around, kind of as much as they'll let me. Like, I'll continue round to the other side, to like the other boxes with the
give
detect
me
magic.
an insight check.
Absolutely. Oh, and that's a natural one.
You cannot get... These guys are inscrutable. Some of the best poker faces you've ever seen. But none of them move to stop you.
Okay. Well, in that case, I just keep striding with purpose through the room until I find something with magic on it. Fingers crossed.
Cool. So bearing in mind, it's going to take Mercy like
Yeah,
a
take me a
minute
while.
to do a full circuit of the room. Is anyone not moving inside? I've just realised I'm talking about this because there's a token outside, and it's Cyril. I have to move in. Cyril moves in and stands next to you, Ghillianna. Eleanor, you're obviously still near the door. Is that as far as you're moving into the room?
I'm trying to kind of survey the area because I have invisibility as one of my spells, so I'm just kind of looking to see if there's anywhere I can duck behind and become invisible if I need.
So I would say this room specifically is, like I say, it's essentially a very large shed. There are like walls with boxes piled up. There are several in the middle of the room, these separated piles. There are some like separating walls that are just used for, or goods in, goods out, sort, sort of like that. But there are, in this main room, there's nothing to like hide behind because it's all pushed mostly back into the wall. You do, however, see as you step in, on the far corner to the right are two doors.
Okay.
I will say, if you guys just move in and are just sort of casting your eye around and sort of letting Mercy do her thing, Mercy, when you get around to here, so by one of those doors, you get a ping of a form of, let's say, transmutation magic coming through the wall.
Oh, okay. I'll look over at Joachim because he's closest to me.
Before I tell you, I probably should have asked this first. I believe Detect Magic is one of those spells that has it doesn't work through a certain thickness of material.
Yeah. It's blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt.
So the walls definitely aren't 3 feet thick, so you can definitely get a ping of magic through the wall.
Nice. Oh yeah, I'll look over at Joachim, who's nearest to me, and just kind of like widen my eyes and maybe like try to subtly like tilt my head towards the door to be like, it's over here.
Yeah, so Joachim's just kind of moved to stand near the poker table and just kind of watching over the people playing there. Just like occasionally interjecting with a, oh, I see what you did there. Oh, smart. Good move. Oh, nice play. And when he gets that look from Mercy, he'll kind of look over to the others that are nearer the door and just kind of pass a look on.
Chinese whispers.
Yep.
What will it mean by the end?
There's a pink elephant in the room? What?
Did we get the guy's name? Sorry, that let us in.
You didn't
I didn't
ask.
ask. So, sorry, sir. And she'll be like waving at him to get his attention.
Yeah, you see he like very clearly like, sighs, rolls his eyes, and looks over to you. He's like, "Aye."
Sorry, I didn't catch your name.
I didn't give it.
What is it?
Call me Dave.
Dave.
He is quite clearly making a name up. I'm not even going to make you roll for that.
Okay, Dave. So what is it you can tell me about this warehouse, Dave?
Well, I don't know if you've been in a warehouse before, but what tends to happen is stuff gets brought in through those doors, it gets put in one of the piles, It then sometimes might get moved to another pile, and then at some point it goes back out through those doors.
This is actually my first time in a warehouse, so that was really helpful. Thank you so much, Dave.
You know, something about you that doesn't surprise me. When he says that, you actually have like a sensation of Cerule next to you bristling a little bit.
Oh. Well, Dave, what I was going to ask you is this the only room that is the warehouse, or is there like more storage space? Because I'm not sure if this is big enough for all of the things I need to store here.
I mean, there's the locked rooms over there for the extremely valuable goods. None of us have keys to them, though.
Oh. Okay.
Wouldn't trust us with the good-looking stuff.
Oh, why?
Because we'd fucking steal it. Why do you think?
Dave, are you a criminal?
Oh, me? No. And everyone in the room laughs.
I want that on a shirt. Dave, are you a criminal?
Wow. That's interesting. So, do you just bring things? Oh, I don't understand. So, you're a criminal who brings things to warehouses and just leaves them there? Like, is this your whole crew? I feel like I would like it.
I mean, like, this is my job. I don't. This isn't the criminal thing. I sometimes just steal. Like, everyone skims stuff off the top. I work here. My job is when a wagon comes in, me and the... Like, out of curiosity, are you genuinely trying to wind him up?
I'm trying to cause a distraction. Yeah.
Yeah, that's... I assumed as much. I just wanted to double check so I knew what you were going for.
No, I'm just like this.
You'll skim off the top. Like, a wagon comes in, we take stuff off the wagon. At this point, he's, like, getting visibly annoyed because he does think that you're just, like, dim. And he's just like, what are you not getting?
Well, I don't skim things off the top.
Wish you don't. Look at you. And he sort of gestures up and down.
Why? What's wrong with me? Dave?
Dave. He sort of just like, he just shakes his head like, fucking nobles.
I'd like to use the distraction to try and open the door if it's
Absolutely.
unlocked.
At this point, everyone is watching this exchange. This is the most entertainment they've had in weeks. For everyone but Dave. Dave is pissed off. So, are you looking to lockpick, or are you just looking to try the door?
I'm just trying the door.
The door is unfortunately locked.
Now, I would love to lockpick. However, I do not have any thieves' tools, nor am I good at using them. What I could... No. Hang on. I'm wondering if I can make a mage hand appear on the other side of the door. I don't know how that would help me.
You have to see the location to summon it.
Yeah.
Just while this is all going on with Dave
someone else
raising his
something.
voice, because you're next to the door, Chloe, can I get a luck check? Can I get highs or lows, please?
Yeah. Lows.
Okay. As you've sort of like shuffled your way over, like back to the door, and you're sort of like reaching it behind you, just sort of jiggling the handle, and then it is locked. What could I do? And then all of a sudden you hear a click behind you, and you feel the door handle begin to move.
That's not concerning at all. That's fine. Did you say the click came from behind me?
Very audibly, it is the door being unlocked, and someone is now turning the handle.
Okay, I'm gonna immediately step like to the side of the door, so I would be behind it once it opens, preferably, unless it's opening inwards.
Cool. Give me a stealth check. It does open inwards, but like as the map sort of shows, there are like tons of crates and barrels. You could like duck down next to one.
18.
18. Amazing. The door opens, and stepping through is a fairly, like, not exceptionally well dressed, but like comparatively, what he's wearing isn't covered in shit. Relatively well dressed. You wouldn't peg him as a noble, but maybe some sort of merchant. You see him sort of like, door jerks open, he steps out. What in the devil is all this noise about?
Under my breath, Mercy just goes, rude.
Oh, Dave, it's one of your friends you were just talking about.
Give me an insight check.
Ooh, that's my insight.
And to be fair, all of you can do this. Anyone who has like sight of Dave can do an insight check.
Ooh, I have good insight.
Please.
Oh, that's a nat 20
nat
for
20.
a 24.
God damn.
16.
dirty 20.
God, all of you get this. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a particularly high DC, so some of those rolls may have been wasted. But he goes white. Like, he was not expecting that. He was not expecting someone to step through that door right now. And you see he catches, and he's like, you see there's like visible confusion, and then he just sort of has to like calm himself, looks at you lot, and goes, "This lot said that Mr. Marshwood said they could come round and have a look as they were looking to, you see there's like a side eye here to him, store things here. I assumed they were one of the, one of those clientele." And you see the man steps a little bit further in the room. He clearly has not noticed you, Mercy. He stands.
I'm getting in that room.
You slip into the room. He obviously didn't lock it behind him, so you slip into the room, and you see there are several more crates in here. But I'll open the door actually for you so you can see it on the map. It's a relatively small room, only 20 feet by 20 feet, several crates and stuff in here, but nothing else. But this man steps into the room, looks at the rest of you, sort of looking all of you up and down, and says, "Mr. Marshwood sent you, did he?"
The one and only.
Yes, apparently this is the best warehouse in the town for us to store our valuable goods, which apparently go in those locked rooms to the side, according to Dave.
There is a harsh look at Dave, and Dave physically cringes away, and he looks at you and says, "Yes, we keep the valuables stored in there. We wouldn't want anyone skimming off the top. But I assume you've had a sufficient look around, so if you'd please," and he gestures towards the door.
Actually, as our items are very valuable, we were hoping to get a look at the more secure storage, because that's where our business lies. So if you... Sorry, what is your name?
Unless you have a official contract already drawn up with Mr. Marshwood, you're not allowed access to the secure storage rooms.
We do.
Do you have a copy with you?
No, because I wasn't told that I had to bring that with me.
We're not going to sign a contract before we've seen the storage.
Exactly.
I was gonna say, you unfortunately, I would allow you to roll a deception check, but you would be lying against a sort of thing that he was directly told is not the case. Unfortunately, I don't believe that was true. So, if you would please leave. Ghillianna, you feel the ever so subtle shift of the shuttle shift of Cerule. You feel the subtle shift of weight in Cerule as he is readying to draw a weapon.
Oh God.
In that case,
I would say as well, those of you, everyone other than Mercy, Joachim, and Eleanor, you guys recognize that Cerule you guys have traveled a little bit with him. You guys would have done some bits with him before. You recognize that he is getting ready to fight.
Joachim will step to this man, this person who is the merchant person, and just kind of tower above him and look down. She's like, "No, I don't think we will be leaving just yet."
Can Ghillianna just run as fast as she possibly can towards that door?
Yes, you can start doing that. Unfortunately,
no, I wanted it before.
A lot of things are going to happen at once here, unfortunately.
I've been scurrying through the crates while they're having this conversation.
Yeah, I'm going to get to that in a...
Eleanor is preparing to dramatically fall over some crates if needed, but probably won't get a chance to.
A lot of things are about to happen at once. First of all, because this conversation has been going on for like a minute or two, Mercy, you've had a chance to go through here. Bearing in mind, most of the crates in here are like sealed crates. You would need like a crowbar to get in. But the ping that you're getting is coming from a smaller box that has it has a lock on it. It's not like a large crate. It's a little transportation box that has a sort of keyhole in the front, so it's sat on top of one of the crates.
Oh, is it small enough that I could like take it and put it in my bag?
Yeah, absolutely. It's probably about a foot long.
Cool, I'll do that just in case we have to run.
Cool. You slip that into your bag. Eleanor, Cerule, Ghillianna, you all guys are all preparing yourselves. Joachim, you stand over this person. You threaten him, and can I get a charisma? Oh, fuck, you're a paladin. You're gonna be good at this. Can I get a charisma saving throw, please?
Sure. That is a 15.
That's unfortunate.
Oh.
This man, which I will say, now that you're up close, you can quite clearly see he has like the partially pointed ears of a half-elf.
Wait, is he trying to charm me?
No.
Okay.
He smiles quite wide and goes, yes, I think you will be. Clicks his fingers, and you guys all watch as Joachim pops out of existence.
Oh no!
Shit!
You have been banished!
We're going to go to initiative. Well, that's it for this episode. Thanks very much for sticking with us. As usual, I would just like to thank Lixie B for our wonderful logo, and Jeff for all of the fantastic art for our characters in Season 2. Don't forget, you can check out more of Jeff's work on our online store, where you can find his artwork used on our stickers and t-shirts. Also, a massive shout out to the Stormweather Shanty Choir for allowing us to use their song Drunken Sailor as our intro and outro music. Also, a massive thank you to our wonderful sponsors, DM Dice and Arcanist Rum. Find links to both of their websites in our description. And finally, a massive shout out and thank you to all of our Patreon supporters who continue to support us in everything we do. Your support means the world to us, and we hope that we can go on making fantastic content thanks to you. Sort of cheating this week in that our recommended podcasts are the 3 shows from our guests today. So please do go and check them out. We'll have all of the links in the description, but they were Cybertopia, Realms of Peril and Glory, and Deck of Many Aces. I've had such a great time getting to know and play more games with all the amazing people in the UK actual play community through AP UK, and it is an absolute joy to be able to host a few of them as guests on our podcast. So I hope you enjoyed listening to them as much as I've enjoyed running for them. We obviously have a few more episodes coming with these same guests, and you might be in for a bit of a surprise in a few of the upcoming episodes as well. Speaking of other amazing creators, if you haven't been and checked it out yet, don't forget myself and Pete are voicing characters on The Transmissions. The episodes are now live, so go and check them out. I've had a chance to listen back to some of it, and it does sound really, really good. And Sakai and the rest of the team have done a fantastic job with that. And don't forget also, check out Legend of the Bones, where I'm voicing Edric, one of the characters on that. I've recorded a fair few more lines this week and last week, so I should be popping up a couple more times in the coming episodes for that. But other than that, we've got very little to promote this week. I'll just remind you guys that the nominations for the Crit Awards are still open. I have actually spoken to a couple of the guys from the Discord and from just some of the friends that we know who listen to the podcast who have nominated us, which means the absolute world to us. But if you haven't already and you would like to, the Crit Awards are still open. You can check out our Instagram where we have a link to some of the details for that. But that's everything for this episode. Thanks very much for sticking with us, guys, and we'll see you soon.